The August sun blazed over Oakridge, Virginia, casting sharp shadows across the tidy lawns of Willow Creek Estates. Maya Jackson stood on the porch of her family's new two-story home, arms folded, scanning the uniform mailboxes and quiet streets. At 16, she was no stranger to upheaval naval bases, small apartments, the ocean's roar. But this suburban hush felt unnatural. "So this is suburbia," she said, pushing a coil of her long, natural hair behind her ear. Her father, Marcus Jackson, a retired Navy SEAL, set down a box marked kitchen with a heavy thud. His broad frame carried the discipline of 20 years in conflict zones, but his eyes softened for Maya. "Too still for you," he asked, a faint smile breaking through. Maya scuffed her sneaker on the porch. "I miss the ocean. This place feels like it's waiting for something to crack." Their old home near Norfolk's naval base had pulsed with life. After Marcus's retirement and the death of Maya's mother, Lena, in a car accident during his last mission, Oakridge's top schools and low crime promised a fresh start. On paper, it was ideal. "You'll find your place," Marcus said, gripping her shoulder. "We both will." Next morning, Maya faced Oakridge Academy, its ivy-draped brick walls and 1880 cornerstone exuding old money pride. Students streamed past with designer bags, their glances ranging from curious to cold. As a black girl in a mostly white crowd, Maya felt the weight of their stares. She adjusted her plain backpack, Marcus's words from breakfast echoing, "You're a Jackson, Maya. We don't fold." The hallways hummed, lockers clanging, teachers rushing, a janitor buffing the floor. Whispers followed her. New girl. Military dad. Scholarship kid, probably. Maya kept her head up, navigating to the principal's office. Ms. Evelyn Porter, a thin woman with a severe gray bun, handed her a schedule. "Oakridge demands excellence," she said, her smile sharp. Her gaze lingered on Maya's hair, searching for weakness. "Yes, ma'am," Maya replied, unflinching. Ms. Porter's brow twitched, but she stayed silent. Classes AP History, Calculus English passed in a blur of introductions and covert stares. At lunch, Maya sat alone unpacking Marcus's homemade sandwich, a holdover from grade school. The cafeteria was a maze of cliques, athletes, drama kids, honor students. At the center, a table radiated privilege. A tall boy with sandy hair, a quarterback's build, held court his arm around a girl with sleek auburn hair. Chad Harper, the mayor's son, king of Oakridge. Chad caught Maya's gaze and smirked, murmuring to his friends. Their laughter cut through the din, deliberate. Maya's cheeks burned, but she held steady. "That's Chad Harper," a voice said. A girl with curly blonde hair and kind eyes sat across from her. "I'm Emma Riley. Don't mind him. He thinks he owns everything." "Maya Jackson," Maya said, relieved. "Does he?" Emma shrugged. "His dad's mayor, so kinda. That's Lauren Tate, his girlfriend, ex-cheerleader, but still Queen Bee." She nodded at a flyer, "Cheer tryouts Wednesday." "You should try out. Coach Daniels is fair." Maya considered it. She'd been a gymnast, winning state medals for floor routines. Cheer wasn't the same, but close. Maybe. 2 days later, Maya stood in the gym, sweat on her brow, among 15 girls. Coach Daniels, a tough ex-college cheerleader, barked orders, jumps, tumbling, stunts. Maya's turn came, and she poured her gymnastics into a perfect routine, sharp toe touches, a double backflip, a standing full twist. The gym went quiet. Coach scribbled, impressed. "That's what we need." From the bleachers, Chad and his teammates watched, eyes narrowing. A senior cheerleader, Heather Brooks, spoke up, voice tight. "Coach, I'm lead flyer." "You'll back," Maya coach said. "Her skills are nationals material." As Maya packed up, Chad's voice carried from the water fountain. "New girl thinks she's hot stuff," he said loudly. Probably a diversity pick. His friends laughed, but one Tyler Grant paused. She's good, man. Chad's jaw tightened. This is our turf. That night, Maya trained with Marcus in the backyard rope swings, balance beams, targets. He'd taught her self-defense since she was 10. School okay? He asked, stretching. Made cheer. Lead flyer, Maya said, touching her toes. Marcus grinned. Lena would have been proud. Her mother's name stung. It had been 18 months. I miss her, Maya whispered. Me too, Marcus said. Now escapes. Best fight's one you don't have. Friday's pep rally filled the gym with maroon and gold. Maya flew as lead flyer, her stunts earning cheers. Marcus watched proud. As the football team ran in, Chad passed, muttering, "Don't get cozy, new girl." His smile was a threat. In the hall, Maya's phone buzzed. Anonymous texts, show off. Welfare case, go back to the ghetto. Her stomach knotted. Emma saw the message's face falling. This is about race, isn't it? Maya's voice was hard. Always is. Most just watch. That night on the porch, Marcus cleaned his pistol, a ritual. Dad, Maya said, how'd you deal with it? Being a black seal. He stopped. Who's bothering you, kids? Texts. She showed him. His eyes darkened. Fear makes people cruel, he said. But Jacksons don't break. He gave her his dog tags. Wear these when it's rough. In Chad's mansion basement, he lounged with Tyler Nate Brooks and Dylan Carter beers in hand. She's embarrassing us, Chad said. Coach thinks she's the second coming. She's got skills, Tyler said. Not the point. Chad snapped. Nate leaned in, eager. What's the move? Chad's smile was ice. We show her who owns Oakridge. Monday, the principal announced the cheer squad's success. In the hallway, Chad and his friends blocked Maya's path, drawing eyes. Chad held a homecoming flyer, smirking. Star now, huh, scholarship girl? He ripped it in half, dropping it. Oakridge doesn't need your kind stealing our shine. The hall hushed, some snickering, others looking away. Maya's heart pounded, but she stared him down. You finished, Chad's smirk flickered. For now. As he left, Maya gripped the dog tags, her resolve steeling. This wasn't a game. It was war. The Oakridge Academy gymnasium echoed with the squeak of sneakers as Maya Jackson stayed late after cheer practice, perfecting a new tumbling pass. The October dusk filtered through high windows, casting long shadows across the polished floor. At 16, Maya had grown accustomed to the whispers and stares that followed her as the only black girl on the squad, but her flawless routines silenced doubters. Tonight, though, the gym felt too quiet, the air heavy with an unseen threat. Coach Daniels had stepped out for a call, leaving Maya with Sarah Klein, a shy junior organizing the equipment closet. Maya landed a backflip, her breath steady, when the gym doors slammed open. Chad Harper sauntered in his football gear, grass-stained, followed by Nate Brooks, Dylan Carter, and Tyler Grant. Their laughter was sharp, predatory. Look who's still here, Chad called, his voice bouncing off the walls. The star of Oakridge. Maya straightened her pulse, quickening. Practice is over. Cheer only. Chad smirked, glancing at his friends. Hear that? We're not welcome. Nate twirled a football, his eyes glinting. Not very team spirit, scholarship girl. Sarah emerged from the closet, freezing at the sight of the boys. Hey, Sarah, Tyler said, his tone softer. Coach needs Maya in her office. We're just passing the message. Sarah hesitated, her eyes darting to Maya. I didn't hear anything about that. Just got word, Dylan added smoothly. Something about tomorrow's game routine. Maya's instincts screamed trap, but she didn't want to show fear. Where's Coach on a call? Chad said, stepping closer, his charm a thin veil. She's using the boys' locker room as an office this week. Renovations. You didn't get the memo. His smile was a challenge. Maya's jaw tightened. I'll check with her myself. She moved to leave, but Nate and Dylan blocked her path. The hallway empty behind them. Sarah looked torn. Sarah, you can go. Chad said, his tone final. We'll make sure Maya gets there. Sarah's eyes met Maya's apologetic before she grabbed her bag and slipped out. Maya's unease deepened, but she squared her shoulders, following Chad toward the locker rooms, keeping distance. So, new girl, he said, liking Oakridge. Everyone's obsessed with you. It's fine, Maya said curtly. Fine, Chad laughed. With all the hype, I'd think you'd be eating it up. They reached the boys' locker room. He pushed the door open, gesturing. After you. Maya stopped. I'm not going in there. Don't be difficult. Chad snapped, his facade dropping. We're helping. She turned to go, but Nate grabbed her arm. Maya twisted free using a move Marcus had drilled into her, but Chad seized her from behind, pinning her arms. Let go, she shouted, thrashing. Dylan blocked the door, Tyler hovering uneasily. Nate gripped her legs, and they dragged her inside. The locker room reeked of sweat and bleach. Chad forced her onto a bench, holding her down. Nate kept her legs pinned. Tyler stood by the door, looking sick. Dylan pulled out scissors, the metal glinting. Maya's heart stopped. Your hair's too much, Chad said, his voice cold with racial venom. Too proud. We're fixing it. This is tradition, Nate added, grinning. For outsiders who don't know their place. Maya's eyes burned with rage. You're cowards, she spat, struggling. Chad nodded to Dylan, who hacked at her hair, chunks of her natural coils falling. Maya screamed, the sound swallowed by the tiles. Tyler filmed his hands shaking, muttering for the team album. When they finished, Chad shoved her toward a mirror. Better. Maya's reflection showed jagged, uneven patches, her mother's pride destroyed. Tears stung, not of defeat, but fury. You'll pay for this, she said, voice low. Chad laughed. What, tell Daddy? My dad owns this town. They left her alone, the door slamming shut. Maya stood frozen until a janitor found her, gently urging her home. She walked through the dark, hiding her hair with her hood, anger hardening with each step. At home, she slipped in quietly, but Marcus was in the kitchen chopping vegetables. He turned, his smile fading. Maya, what happened? She collapsed into his arms, sobbing, and told him everything. Chad, the scissors, the video. Marcus's face darkened, but his voice stayed calm. Who else was there? Nate, Dylan, Tyler, she said between tears. They called it tradition. Marcus led her to the bathroom, gently washing her ruined hair, trying to even it out. We should call the police, he said, meeting her eyes in the mirror. Maya shook her head. Chad's dad is the mayor. The police won't touch him. The school won't either. They'll say it's my word against theirs. Marcus's jaw clenched. Then we handle it our way. I need to do this. Dad, Maya said, her voice firm. You trained me to fight. Let me. He nodded slowly. We fight smart. Together. The next day, Maya stayed home, her phone buzzing with notifications. A distorted video of her screams captioned "New Girl's Initiation" spread on Snapchat. Texts poured in, "Niece cut ghetto girl. Leave Oakridge." One message stood out from Emma. "This is wrong." "I'm sorry." Maya ignored them, finding Marcus in the garage, now a war room. Maps of Oakridge Academy covered a corkboard, names Chad, Nate, Dylan, Tyler, written in his precise hand. "This is how SEALs prepare," he said. "Intel strategy evidence." Maya's eyes gleamed. "Teach me." That evening, Marcus shared a SEAL story, a mission nearly doomed by bad intel. "We survived by verifying ourselves," he said on the porch. "You need to watch document, wait for their mistakes." By Sunday, Maya stood before her mirror, Marcus's electric razor in hand. Her hair, her mother's gift, was gone, but she'd reclaim her power. She shaved her head, the buzz grounding her. Monday loomed, and with it her return. Chad thought he'd broken her. Instead, he'd forged a warrior. Maya Jackson walked into Oakridge Academy on Monday, her newly shaved head drawing gasps and whispers. The dog tags around her neck a gift from her father, Marcus, clinked softly, grounding her. Students parted as she moved through the crowded hallway, their stares a mix of awe and unease. The distorted Snapchat video of her locker room assault had spread, but so had rumors of her defiance. In first period AP history, Mr. Coleman, her teacher, gave her a nod of respect, his eyes lingering on Chad Harper, who slouched in the back, smirking. At lunch, Maya sat alone until Emma Riley joined her, gesturing to her head. "It's bold," Emma said. "Everyone's talking about what happened. Most think it was hazing you agreed to." "It wasn't," Maya said, her voice steady. "And I'm not done." Emma leaned closer. "I want to help. Whatever you're planning." Maya studied her, weighing trust. "Maybe. Stay sharp." After school, Maya met Marcus in the garage, their war room now lined with maps and a whiteboard, listing Chad Nate Brooks, Dylan Carter, and Tyler Grant. Marcus held a small device barely larger than a coin. "Motion-activated camera," he said. "Civilian legal, but SEAL grade. We place these where they won't be spotted." "Security cameras?" Maya asked, skeptical. "Schools had tight surveillance. Blind spots," Marcus replied. "Hallways, trophy cases, places the school's cameras miss." I checked the blueprints. That evening, Maya slipped into school early, her backpack hiding 3 cameras. She placed one in a vent near Chad's locker, another behind a dusty trophy case, and the third on a high shelf by the boys' locker room entrance, checking for witnesses. As she finished, a voice startled her. "What are you doing?" Maya spun to see Sarah Klein the Jr. from the night of the attack, eyes curious. "Dropped something," Maya lied, adjusting her bag. Sarah frowned, glancing at the shelf. "I saw the real video," she whispered. "Mason showed me. You were screaming. I should have stayed." Maya stiffened. "Why tell me now? I'm tired of being scared," Sarah said, voice trembling. "They've done this before, not like your hair, but other kids. Ones who don't fit their mold." She hesitated. "I'm dating Tyler. He told me things. They're planning something else," like what Maya pressed. Sarah looked away. "Tyler didn't say. But Chad's dad, the mayor, makes problems disappear. My mom works for the city. She could lose her job." Maya softened. "What if you didn't have to go public? Just share what you hear." Sarah nodded slowly. "I can do that." Throughout the week, Maya and Marcus reviewed footage, students chatting, teachers passing nothing damning. But Friday, a clip showed Chad and Nate by the trophy case whispering. "She's not backing down," Chad muttered. "We need to shut her up." Nate grinned. "Got an idea. Science lab's missing stuff." Maya's blood ran cold. They were planning to frame her. Monday morning, security guards surrounded her locker, Ms. Porter, the principal, watching grimly. "Miss Jackson, we have a report of stolen lab equipment in your locker." "That's insane," Maya said, heart racing. "I didn't take anything." The guard opened her locker, revealing microscope lenses she'd never seen. Ms. Porter's voice was icy. "Care to explain?" "Someone planted them," Maya said, glancing at Chad, who lingered nearby, smirking. "No proof," Ms. Porter said. "You're suspended pending investigation." As security escorted her out, Maya caught Chad's triumphant grin. Her suspension was his move, but she wasn't out. At home, Marcus's eyes blazed. "They're escalating. We need more than footage." That afternoon, Emma approached Maya at a coffee shop. "Lauren Tate wants to talk," she whispered. Chad's ex. Lauren, nervous, met them in a quiet corner. "I know what Chad did," she said. The hair thing, it's not new. Last year they trashed the special ed room, laughed about it. She showed a video Chad, Nate, and Dylan tearing down posters mocking disabled students' work. I didn't report it. I was scared. But I'm done. Send it, Maya said. Lauren nodded, forwarding the file. That night, Maya and Marcus compiled their evidence, Lauren's video surveillance clips, Sarah's tips. But a new threat arrived. A photo slid under their door, showing Maya through their kitchen window, captioned, "Back off." Marcus's jaw tightened. "They're watching us." "We need more," Maya said, touching her dog tags. Something undeniable. The breakthrough came Wednesday. Kevin Patel, a quiet junior, approached Maya after chemistry. "I heard you're after Chad," he whispered. "I've got something." At the public library, he showed her a Signal app chat the founders accessed via Nate's phone. He wasn't careful with passwords, Kevin said, smirking. The chat was a cesspool, Chad planning her attack. "Her hair's too much. Let's cut her down." And plotting to plant the lenses. Kevin handed her a USB. "They hazed my sister last year, locked her in a closet. No one believed us." "Thank you," Maya said, her resolve hardening. Friday, Maya and Kevin uploaded an anonymous video to Instagram, Oakridge's Elite Exposed. It showed Lauren's footage, blurred surveillance clips, and chat screenshots, Chad's voice boasting, "No one touches us." "My dad owns this town." By Saturday, it had 20,000 views. Parents called, the school news vans arrived, and social media erupted with "Orange Justice for Maya." At home, Marcus watched the coverage. "It's working," he said. "But they'll hit back harder." Maya gripped her dog tags, her shaved head gleaming under the light. Let them try. The Oakridge Academy parking lot was shrouded in November's early dark as Maya Jackson, 16, finished setting up for a pep rally. Her shaved head glistened under the floodlights. Marcus Jackson's dog tags a steady weight around her neck. The viral video exposing Chad Harper's clique had ignited justice for Maya. But the threatening photo slid under her door. A shot of her through their window kept her on edge. As she walked toward Marcus's waiting SUV, footsteps crunched behind her. Before Maya could turn, a gloved hand clamped over her mouth, an arm pinning her. Two masked figures emerged. One lunged forward, another waited by a running car. "Think you're clever?" a muffled voice hissed. "Time to learn your place, girl." The racial slur stung, but Maya's training kicked in. She went limp, dropping her weight, a SEAL move Marcus drilled. The attacker stumbled, his grip loosening. Maya drove her elbow into his ribs, breaking free as he gasped. The second figure charged, but Maya sidestepped, spraying pepper spray from her keychain. He howled, clawing his eyes. The first recovered, grabbing for her, but Maya swept his legs, sending him sprawling. A crack echoed his wrist, breaking on the asphalt. The third fled to the car, which peeled away. Something glinted on the ground, a school board badge, Edward Ramsey member. Maya pocketed it, heart pounding, as Marcus's SUV screeched up. "You hurt?" he demanded, scanning her. "I'm fine," Maya said, holding up the badge. "But this runs deeper than Chad." Police arrived, sirens blaring. Marcus showed dashcam footage capturing the attack's start. "We'll investigate," an officer said, bagging the badge. At home, Marcus upgraded their security motion lights cameras, his SEAL instincts sharp. "Ramsey's linked to Mayor Harper," he said, reviewing the badge. "We need more evidence." The next day, Marcus met Principal Evelyn Porter, his voice steel. "My daughter was assaulted twice on your campus. Now she's framed for theft, and a board member's badge ties to her attackers. You're protecting Chad Harper." Porter shifted uncomfortably. "These are serious claims, Mr. Jackson, but without proof, I'm stating facts," Marcus cut in. "Investigate, or I'll take this to the media and the DOJ." Porter paled. "I'll consult the superintendent." That evening, a knock startled Maya. "Mayor Daniel Harper." Chad's father stood at their door, his politician's smile strained. "Mr. Jackson, may we speak neighbor to neighbor?" Marcus invited him in his expression, neutral. Harper, tall with graying sandy hair, sat stiffly. "There's been a misunderstanding between our kids," he began. "High school pranks gone too far. I propose a solution." Maya's suspension lifted no further action. "We move on." Marcus leaned forward. "Your son assaulted my daughter. That's not a prank, it's a crime." Harper's smile tightened. "Allegations like that could harm everyone. Oakridge is my town. I've built it, funded it. You're new here. Enemies aren't wise. I've faced worse than small-town mayors," Marcus said, standing. "This doesn't end with a handshake." Harper's face flushed. "You'll regret this, Commander." He left the door slamming. Maya, listening from the hallway, emerged. "He's scared," she said. "He's desperate," Marcus corrected. "We push harder." At school, the atmosphere shifted. Students whispered support. Some apologized for doubting her. Coach Daniels pulled Maya aside. "I failed you," she said, voice heavy. "I should have acted when you reported Chad. I'm testifying at the board meeting tonight." During lunch, Sarah Klein found Maya. "Tyler's cracking," she whispered. "He told me Chad planned the locker setup. He feels guilty, but won't come forward. Harper's got everyone scared." That afternoon, Mr. Coleman shared hallway footage, Chad and Nate intimidating students, racial slurs audible. "I've seen this for years," he said. Harper's donations silenced complaints. "You're changing that." By evening, the school auditorium brimmed with parents, students, and news cameras for the board meeting. Edward Ramsey's seat was empty. Dr. Clara Evans, board president, opened the session. Mayor Harper spoke first, his charm practiced. "These are youthful mistakes, exaggerated by social media," he said. "My son's a good kid." Murmurs of dissent rippled. Dr. Evans called Maya forward. She stood touching her dog tags, heart racing. "4 months ago, I came to Oakridge," she began, voice clear. "Since then, I've been harassed, assaulted, and framed, all because I'm black and dared to shine." She detailed Chad's attacks, the school's inaction, and the parking lot ambush holding up Ramsey's badge. Gasps echoed. "This isn't just about me," Maya said. "It's about a system shielding kids like Chad, while silencing kids like me." Kevin Patel activated a projector showing Lauren's video of Chad vandalizing the special ed room surveillance clips and the founder's chat screenshots. Chad's voice boomed, "No one cares about some black girl. My dad's untouchable." The room erupted, parents shouting, Dr. Evans banging her gavel. "Enough," she snapped. Chad Harper, Nate Brooks, Dylan Carter, and Tyler Grant are suspended pending investigation. Mr. Ramsey is removed until his role is clarified. Harper leapt up. "This is a witch hunt. You can't suspend my son on edited lies, with respect." Mayor Dr. Evans said coldly, "We can, and we will." As the crowd dispersed, Emma hugged Maya. "You shook them." Maya glanced at Chad, his smirk gone arguing with Nate in the corner. His empire was cracking, but she knew the Harpers wouldn't fall easily. The real fight was just beginning. Spring sunlight bathed Oakridge, Virginia, but the air outside the county courthouse crackled with tension. Maya Jackson, now 17, stood with her father Marcus, as news cameras swarmed. Chad Harper's trial had gripped the town, the Justice for Maya hashtag now national. Inside evidence piled against Chad, the unedited locker room video, the founder's chat logs and testimonies from Sarah Klein, Lauren Tate, and Tyler Grant, who'd broken ranks. Maya's shaved head, a symbol of her defiance, gleamed under the sun, her dog tags a quiet reminder of her strength. The trial revealed more than Chad's assault on Maya. Hidden cameras in the girls' locker room, A fight club in an abandoned warehouse and stolen test answers surfaced, implicating Chad Nate Brooks, Dylan Carter, and others. Tyler's testimony was pivotal, detailing Chad's racial slurs and blackmail tactics. He said no one would believe a black girl. Tyler admitted, voice shaking, "I was too scared to stop him." Chad's composure shattered in court. "She's a nobody," he screamed as officers restrained him. "My dad fixes everything." The outburst, caught on audio, sealed his fate. The judge sentenced him to 18 months in juvenile detention with counseling and community service. Nate and Dylan got lighter sentences. Edward Ramsey's nephew, linked to the parking lot ambush, faced separate charges. Mayor Daniel Harper's influence couldn't shield them. The fallout was swift. Federal investigators from the DOJ, tipped by Marcus's SEAL contact, uncovered Mayor Harper's emails pressuring police and school officials to bury complaints. At a press conference, his polished facade cracked as he resigned, citing family priorities. The FBI's probe into his bribes and obstruction loomed large. Oakridge Academy's leadership collapsed. Principal Porter resigned, the school board was overhauled, and Dr. Sophia Bennett, a black educator with a restorative justice background, became principal. Maya threw herself into cheer practice, finding solace in the squad's new unity. Without Chad's toxic grip, teammates rallied around her. The night before the state championships, Marcus handed her a sealed envelope. "From your mom," he said softly, "for when you needed it most." Trembling, Maya opened it, recognizing Lena's elegant script. "My fierce Maya, you come from warriors, women who fought without applause, men like your father who faced fire for justice. Strength isn't just fighting, it's standing in your truth when the world tries to erase you. I'm with you in your fire, your spirit. Love, Mom." Tears fell as Maya clutched the letter, feeling Lena's presence. She knew, she whispered. Marcus hugged her, eyes glistening. She always did. The next day, Oakridge's cheer squad won state, Maya soaring as lead flyer. Her teammates lifted her on their shoulders, the crowd roaring. Dr. Bennett invited Maya to speak at the final pep rally. Joined by Emma Sarah, Kevin Lauren, and Mr. Coleman, Maya faced the packed gym. "They tried to break me, because I'm black, because I dared to belong," she said. But courage isn't fearless. It's choosing justice over silence. The applause shook the rafters. College offers flooded in Harvard, Stanford, Yale, praising Maya's leadership. At home, Emma sorted through them, awed. "You're a star." "Why hesitate? I started something here," Maya said. With Emma, she'd founded Phoenix Rising, a student group fighting bullying and racism, now spreading to nearby schools. It's not done. A new threat emerged, Legacy Guardians, an anonymous online group targeting Phoenix Rising with racist threats, and leaked personal texts, including Maya's family photos. Kevin traced their IPs, revealing Chad's older brother, Ryan Harper, as the leader, funded by ex-board member Edward Ramsey. "They blame you for their fall," Kevin said. Maya wavered, exhaustion creeping in. But Emma, Sarah, and Kevin showed up resolute. "We're not quitting," Emma said. "You taught us that." Reinvigorated, Maya and Kevin set a digital trap, planting fake Phoenix Rising plans. Ryan took the bait, exposing his network. The FBI arrested him and Ramsey for cyber-stalking and conspiracy-shattering Legacy Guardians. National headlines followed, "Teens Fight Dismantles Corruption." Maya chose Stanford, close enough to visit Oakridge, and launched Walker Protocol, a virtual anti-bullying network named for Marcus's training. The town renamed the school's street Jackson Way, honoring their fight. At the final pep rally, a freshman approached Maya. "You're her right, the girl who fought back. You gave me courage to start over." Maya smiled, touching her dog tags. On the school roof, stars twinkling above, she whispered, "Strength isn't shouting. It's the silence you break." Below Oakridge glowed no longer a bastion of privilege, but a community finding its voice one truth at a time.